Good day, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the Voice of Reason. In today's episode, we're going to continue to cover the ongoing conflict inside of the former state of Ethiopia. So, really, for the first time in this conflict, it would appear that large elements of the Ethiopian media, the Amhara regional media, is acknowledging that it is fighting a defensive war inside of the Amhara region. Even when we saw events such as the fall of Kobo, the fall of Weldia, the fall of Lalibela, the fall of Nifasmicha, the fall of Sokoto, and the envelopment of Debark, a lot of these issues were simply not discussed or not even acknowledged in many cases. And now we're hearing reports that the Ethiopian military is reporting that it is starting to launch a counter-offensive along the Weldia and Debre Tabor front. It would appear that the Ethiopian military was required to withdraw forces from western Tigray. And this again facilitated the ability of the Eritrean military to continue moving forces into western Tigray. And the whole idea behind this withdrawal from western Tigray, moving forces from other areas of operations, was to blunt this offensive operation by the Tigrayan Defense Forces deep into the Amhara region. The Ethiopian state and military is reporting that it has sent significant assets to the Desse and Debre Tabor fronts, and the Ethiopian media and the Ethiopian state is reporting that it has indeed launched a counteroffensive in the direction of Gashina, coming from the town of Wagotena. So it would appear that on the surface, this operation has achieved some goals. It would appear that in terms of seizing control of the town of Gashina, that may have occurred. It would also appear that Ethiopian forces have pushed north from Desse towards the town of Mursa. Now, it would appear that operation towards Mursa was blunted by the Tigrayan Defense Forces, and we are hearing reports that significant and heavy fighting continues. We also hear that both sides have sustained moderate to heavy casualties in this operation. But it would appear on the surface, with the amount of forces that the Ethiopian government is reporting to have moved into this region to launch this offensive, that the goals were much broader. And those goals would include the seizure of the town of Weldia, a push up towards Lalibela, and obviously to split the forces of the Tigrayan Defense Forces between Nefes Micha and Weldia. Well, obviously they were able to push in the vicinity of Gashina. They have pushed to the vicinity of Mursa. However, the operation, in terms of the Ethiopian army operation, seems to have blunted south of Weldia, and the operation that was to push up towards Lalibela has also been blunted, and these forces seem to be stagnated in the vicinity of Gashina. And again, we're hearing continued reports that more forces of the Tigrayan Defense Forces are pushing south to blunt this attack, blunt this offensive operation by the Ethiopian army. We're also hearing from the Debark front, from the western quadrant of the southern front, that Debark is under immense pressure. The Tigrayan Defense Forces continue to maneuver and seize terrain features to the north of Debark, and again, it is possible we could see Debark fall within the next few days. And obviously that operation continues on the Western Front. Again, we do not believe at this point the TDF is going to make a move into Western Tigray in order to prevent a possible conflict with Eritrea, which would cause that two-front war. But right now, it would appear that the Ethiopian government has acknowledged significant setbacks. They have acknowledged that dozens of towns have been seized, and really the conflict is now inside of the Amhara region, the chief ally of the Ethiopian federal government. And we will know more in the coming days as the fighting pans out. But it would appear that some objectives of the Ethiopian National Army and the Amhara militias were met. However, primary objectives have not been yet realized, and that would be really the focus of being able to seize Waldea and retake the important political objective of Lalibela, which obviously made national news, and those towns are still secured by the Tigrayan Defense Forces. Further in the south, the fighting between the Oromo Liberation Army and the regional security forces of Oromia and the federal police forces and security forces and some elements of the Ethiopian National Army continue to engage the Oromo Liberation Army. It would really appear to be just really a chaotic scene in western and southern Oromia with a high-intensity insurgency occurring inside of that region. And it is really a chaotic conflict that is also affecting the northern front of the conflict, as well as, again, the ability to move supplies and such from Addis Ababa into other parts of the country are being hampered by the conflict that is taking place in Oromia. But we will continue to monitor the situation and continue to watch the apparent counteroffensive by the Ethiopian army into the northern part of the Amhara region. Right now, again, it appears to have been blunted by the Tigrayan Defense Forces and allies of the Tigrayan Defense Forces. But again, we will continue to monitor and report. Have a great day, everybody.